Ladies and gentlemen, students, faculty, and staff, welcome to Convocation for Baylor School to open the 2024-25 school year. Each year, this ceremony serves as one of the few times we bring together the entire community. So join me in the spirit of this great school that we share as we recognize the various members of our community by the traditional parade of flags. Representing the class of 2031, Kate Student. Representing the class of 2030, Gunnar Boggs. Representing the class of 2029, Alba Ortega McClain. Representing the class of 2028, Josh Miles. Representing the class of 2027, Sarah Mack Watson. Representing the class of 2026, Max Johnson. And now will you welcome our senior class, the class of 2025, led by Maddie Winchester. Representing our faculty and staff, Heather Ott. And representing our entire school, please welcome our head of school, Chris Angel.
All right, good morning. I want to welcome everyone to the official first day of the 2024-2025 school year. It is a true honor to stand before you today as we embark on this new chapter in our storied history. For 132 years, Baylor has been nurturing thousands of young minds like yours and shaping future leaders like you. Think about all the students who have walked the hill in our halls before you. Their achievements, their challenges, and their triumphs have all contributed to the vibrant community in which we are today. You are here to continue that tradition. Convocation, this special ceremony that we have on the first day of classes, is important for us to officially begin the year and for each of you to hear that you have a significant role to play in our community. We are Baylor, each and every single one of us. Together, we create the fabric of this school. It is important to remember that your actions, your attitude, and your commitment will shape not just your experience, but the experience of everyone around you. As you will learn more and more with each year, Baylor is a remarkably special place, and there is really nothing better than being a Red Raider, challenging ourselves in our classrooms and on our playing fields, in the arts and in service, building lifelong friends along the way. However, the energy and the excitement I felt this morning and over the last couple of weeks is really unmatched in my experience. I have been blown away with all the positive energy and the momentum at the start of this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing us continue to bring this energy each and every day this year. I particularly want to welcome all the new members of our community, beginning with our faculty and staff. I've enjoyed spending time with them and am grateful to have them join our impressive group of returning team members. Their fresh perspectives and new ideas will undoubtedly enrich our community, continuing Baylor's tradition of excellence. I am often asked why our alumni of all ages obsess over this place, our alma mater. What makes Baylor so great? My answer is always the same. It is the people that make the difference. It is the adults that pour themselves into our students, creating an environment where students are encouraged to push themselves, to grow and to develop, and have both the ability and the desire to make a positive difference in the world. You're going to have the privilege to hear from two of these legends today in their final years as Baylor faculty members. And you already got to see another Baylor legend who is also set to retire this year, carrying the flag in this morning, representing the faculty. Can we give one more round of applause for Coach Heather Ott, please? In addition to faculty and staff, it is, of course, the students who make this place special. In fact, this year we have the largest student body in the school's history. We are 1,113 students strong, with 260 of us in our first day as Baylor students. We begin in the middle school, starting with our sixth graders. I think we should hear from our record-setting, largest in school history, 123 new sixth graders. Sixth graders, can we hear it from you back there? Let's see if you can be loud. Like it. I like it. And we go all the way from record-setting sixth grade to a record-setting senior class, the largest class to graduate in our school's 132-year history. 210 members of the senior class. Seniors, you can't let the sixth graders out, do you? Can we hear from you? Awesome. We are a richly diverse student body, with day students coming from over 125 different schools before beginning their Baylor experience. We are a boarding school with 237 students from 26 different states and 16 different countries, representing 4 continents. We are Baylor with over 300 full and part-time faculty and staff members with an unwavering dedication in pushing you out of your comfort zones, helping you discover the best versions of yourself, fostering in you both the ability and the desire to make a positive difference in the world. Each of you in the audience this morning has a chance to positively impact our community, every single one of us. Let's harness this energy and channel it into everything we do, whether in the classroom, on the field, or in the community. Together, we can make this year unforgettable. And I particularly want to say to this year's senior class, first, I have to admit that it's a little hard for me to believe that you're seniors. However, while I expect everyone in here to lead in some capacity, I'm expecting especially great things from the class of 2025. In just a little over 9 months, on Saturday, May 24th, we will gather together again for a different ceremony, an even more significant day than today for your particular class. So my challenge to you, seniors, between today and graduation is to leave a legacy that will positively impact us for years to come. I ask that you lead with purpose and know that you set the tone for the entire school. At the end of our ceremony today, you will lead us in singing our alma mater. One of the many times we'll sing it this year. And I want you to sing it with the pride and joy that comes with the opportunity to be together and to celebrate being a part of Baylor. In just a moment, I'm going to ask Senior Juliet Seitz to come forward and deliver our invocation. However, before she comes forward, I have the privilege of continuing the annual tradition begun by our founding headmaster, Dr. John Roy Baylor, with the ringing of the actual bell that he rang on the first day of classes in 1893, 132 years ago. It represents the official beginning of the school year. The ringing of this bell reinforces Dr. Baylor's faith, his values of faith, honor, excellence, and magnanimitas. So, it is time to ring the bell. I now formally declare that the 24-25 school year is officially open. Thank you, and go Big Red.
Good morning. My name is Juliet Sykes, and I'm a senior boarder from Dallas, Texas. Please stand and join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, I ask you to watch over each and every member of the Baylor family this year and grant us with the confidence to navigate the year ahead. Encourage us seniors to fulfill our leadership role on campus, support the faculty as they continue to teach and guide students, and help our community in their constant support of our school. Help us conquer the challenges ahead with a positive attitude and an eagerness to learn. I pray that this year is filled with new opportunities and experiences. We thank you for the ability to call Baylor our home and ask that you fill us with the joy in the year to come. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Luke Oakes, class of 2029. Please remain standing and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jack Schumann. I'm from Bonn, Germany, und herzlich willkommen zu Baylor.
Hello, my name is Bradley Lunga. I'm a senior from Montreal, Canada. Yes, not Baylor, go Big Red.
Hello, my name is Fernando from Brazil. Bem-vindo a Baylor.
Hello guys, my name is Anurag. I'm from Bangalore, India. Bangalore Baylorಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. Go Big Red.
Hi, my name is Pratik. I'm from Thailand.ยินดีต้อนรับสู่ Baylor. Go Big Red.
Hello, I'm Javier. I'm from Mexico. Bienvenidos a Baylor. Go Big Red.
My name is Finn. I'm from the Cayman Islands. Welcome to Baylor and go Big Red.
大家好，我係 Jerry Ma, and I'm from Hong Kong. Welcome to Baylor and go Big Red.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophia from Beijing, China. 欢迎来到贝勒 and go Big Red.
Hi, I'm Warren from South Korea. 베일러에 오신 것을 환영합니다. Go Big Red!
Everybody, I'm Anto from Lithuania. Sveiki atvykę į Baylorą and go Big Red. I am Liam Bauer. I'm from Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome to Baylor. Go Big Red!
Hi, I'm Elena Garcia Nieto. I'm from Macoruña, Spain. Bienvenidos a Baylor and go Big Red. Hi, I'm Lola McNabb. I'm from Roatan, Honduras. Bienvenidos a Baylor and go Big Red. Hi, I'm Layla McNally. I'm from Turks and Caicos. Welcome to Baylor. Go Big Red. Hi, I'm Catherine Wedded. I'm from Bermuda. Go Big Red.
Hello, I'm Jamie Splott, a senior boarder from London, England. Welcome to Baylor. Go Big Red!
Hey everyone, I'm Johnny Sutter, and I'm the chair of this year's Honor Council. Being so, this is my 7th go-around with the whole convocation ceremony and the whole first day jitters, so consequently, I've watched my own lingering anxieties fall way short of the reality of 6 wonderful years. If you'll allow me to be slightly philosophical for a minute, I'll tell you that history does not, and in fact cannot, truly repeat itself, but you'll find that it frequently rhymes. My point is that despite the seemingly terrifying nature at standing at the precipice of a brand new school year as we find ourselves doing together right now, I would like to allow my own introspection into these past 6 years serve as proof of the bright school year that lies ahead. So, whether today is your first day at a huge and unfamiliar school, or if you're standing on stage beginning your millionth day of school, I'd like to welcome you, and I'd like to assure you that it's going to be a good one. That's not to say it won't be tough at stages. You're sure to run into mental and physical rigor, as all of the students and faculty here have, but you'll notice that we've all somehow decided to keep coming back, not out of our own masochism, but because despite the hardships of such a rigorous environment, you and I have been gifted innumerably many opportunities and resources for which we are very fortunate. You've heard it before, I know, maybe you've even heard it from me, but if you're new around here, you've been given just about the best that middle and high school has to offer. That is, in addition to the material amenities of our school, which are immediately obvious, and forgive me to be overly official right now, but our culture of honor, our promise to ourselves and to each other to approach all endeavors with honesty, humility, and grace. Does that require of us to be constantly graceful and flawless in our every endeavor? No, obviously not. I simply mean to say that our relationship with honor doesn't breed an expectation of perfection, but rather does produce an expectation of the constant pursuit of strong character, and is what makes this community worthy of all the acclaim it receives. So, with that said, I'll ask you to find your copies of the affirmation of our honor code, and as we recite them together, please allow the words to be something beyond words on a page, but rather as indicative of the great school year that is to come.
We, the students of Baylor School, believe that a great school must rest on the foundations of truth and honor, that a lie is the most detestable thing of which a person may be guilty, and truth the greatest virtue which one may possess. We agree to conduct ourselves with the highest degree of truth and honor, and to uphold the honor code of Baylor School. The honor system is an understanding that we do not want among us one who will lie, cheat, steal, plagiarize, or falsify information. I understand this principle, and I recognize that I shall be expected to live in accordance with it. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Coach Clark. It is my honor today to introduce Bill Cox, our speaker. Bill has invested in Baylor from the day he arrived on campus. He was a dorm parent in Probasco and a dorm head in Lupton. He met his wife, Beth, while at Baylor. Their first date was at the Baylor commencement dance. Together, they have chaperoned over 40 proms together. His children grew up on campus, and now they're faculty members. Elizabeth Romer, Alan Big Al Cox. Nobody loves Baylor more than Bill Cox. There are 3 ways that I know of that a teacher can be remembered for life at Baylor. One way is to be awarded a Lupton chair or an Ireland chair or a Van Dusen chair. No one goes into teaching to be remembered for life, but if you're special at what you do, you get honored. Bill was awarded the Van Dusen chair. This is for excellence in the classroom and outside of it. He is given a medallion that he's wearing today. It's a special at all events. It is like an Olympic gold medal. We have several teachers who have been awarded one of these chairs in their careers. I asked them, along with Bill, to stand as we recognize them as Hall of Fame teachers. There's a second way to be remembered for life as a Baylor teacher. If you go into the old chapel and look on the walls, you will see pictures of Baylor teachers that had 25 years of service or more at Baylor when they were retired. That is what it takes to get in this Hall of Fame. Bill will have 44 years after this year. That ranks 5th as the longest tenured teacher in the school's history. The third way to be remembered for life if you're a Baylor teacher. When Chris Angel first came here to Baylor as the headmaster, he was sitting in an athletic Hall of Fame meeting. He sat through most of the meeting listening to how the new members for the Hall of Fame were selected. Close to the end, he said, "Do y'all have a way to include people that are supportive of the athletic program, but not a player or a head coach?" Well, we didn't have that. Through his wisdom, this expanded the third way to be recognized for life to be in the Athletic Hall of Fame at Baylor. Since that day, we have inducted 2 faculty members who had tremendous impact on the athletic program. This fall, we'll induct the third. Bill has been a head or assistant coach in all of these sports: 7th, 8th, 9th grade football, 9th grade baseball, helped with varsity track, assistant golf coach, head coach junior varsity boys basketball, assistant varsity head coach varsity boys basketball. Bill coached Chris Angel when he was in the 7th grade. He is still an assistant with the varsity boys basketball team. This is his 44th year of coaching basketball at Baylor. You have to be retired before you can be eligible for Hall of Fame in this category. I will say this: whenever he becomes eligible and does not get in, then they should shut it down, because if he can't make it, then nobody should. Bill Cox is a special man. They don't make him like him anymore. Welcome Bill Cox to the podium.
Thank you, Coach Clark, for that generous introduction. I appreciate the opportunity of addressing you this morning. And as the elder statesman on the Baylor campus, I'd like to share a few reflections on why we are gathered here this morning. The occasion of Convocation is to celebrate the opening of a new school year. For many of you, this will be your first year of Baylor. And with that comes a certain amount of excitement. To the seniors sitting up front, there's a different kind of excitement, as this is your final year as you prepare for the next stage in your life. Whatever the case, I think it is important to note that the main reason we are here this morning is to celebrate Baylor. Now, I am all about Go Big Red, or GBR, but as a proud old schooler that I am, I identify more with another rallying cry that Mr. Angel makes prevalent: we are Baylor. And I think it is worth thinking about what that means. I think we have to begin with asking the question, what is Baylor? Most of you would answer that question with, it's where I go to school. Many of you may answer, it's where I work. A number of you would even answer, it is where I live. But the answer to that question, what is Baylor, goes well beyond those answers. As I reflect on this question, I think that Baylor is a place, a special place, and also its people. Or maybe better stated, it is a convergence of this place and its people. Let's look at this place a moment. It has definitely changed and grown in my years here. The field house where we are now sitting did not exist. It was the outdoor tennis courts and a small parking lot. Soccer games were held on the right field across the way. The only thing on the back side of campus, where the tennis courts and soccer fields are now located, were the old stadiums. The science building and chapel did not exist yet. We had chapel and assembly in what we now call it as the old chapel. Faculty meetings were held in Sterling Auditorium, small room on the top floor of the library. Now the faculty, due to its growth, have to meet in Alumni Chapel for faculty meetings. The dining hall, student center were not built yet. If you can imagine eating your lunch in the space where the serving lines in the kitchen now, or even try to imagine a time without cell phones. At the time I arrived, there were only 4 dorms, all male, of course, because Baylor had yet to go co-ed. So the boarding students, in order to talk to home or friends off campus, had to battle over a few payphones which were located on campus. These are only a few changes to this place over the years. But there's a constancy and a uniqueness to this place that makes it such a special place, and a place that I think we unfortunately take for granted way too often. There is the river. It is the lifeline of this place, which helped shape this place over a countless number of years. I think of sitting at the top of Haywood Stadium on a Friday night, standing over the campus with the sun setting behind the mountains, leaving in its wake a glorious pink sky. That is Baylor. In a few months, the leaves will begin to change on the campus and the surrounding mountains. And on certain mornings, a fog will rise up from the river, casting a whole different splendor and mysticism to this place. Well, there are those occasions where a morning sun rises over the campus, which has been blanketed with an overnight snow, bringing a real sense of serenity and peacefulness to this place. Well, one of my favorite images of this place comes from when I lived on campus. I would go to the patio outside the library as an approaching thunderstorm moved down the river gorge. Lightning would light up the sky above the river and mountains as ominous clouds and rain advanced down the river upon the campus, bringing a certain awe to this place. All of these images help to define Baylor to a certain degree. Then there are Lupton, Barks, Probasco, Gary, Weeks, Harrison, Lawrence, Howell, Hunter, Ireland, Worsham, Haywood, Duke, and Etta. To most of these names represent buildings or playing fields, but they are much more than buildings and playing fields. They also represent people who have been greatly moved and influenced by this place, either as students, faculty, or patrons of Baylor. And because of their love of this place, Baylor, they have been gracious in their generosity, commitment, and loyalty to this school, and serve as prime examples of how people are such an important part of what Baylor is. And there are so many others who help make Baylor what it is. There is Miss Hattie, who greets us every day with a smile and a wave as we enter campus. There's a dynamic duo with Miss Kitty behind her grill and Ricky behind the wheel of a Baylor bus. They have been showing their love for this place and its students for more years than anyone else on campus. Then there's Miss Regina and her famed chicken salad. She and the dining hall staff bring a cheerful and caring demeanor in serving us on a daily basis. Then there is Howard Johnson, who probably comes as close to anyone of being the one person who is irreplaceable on this campus. And it is beyond me why a building or space on campus is yet to be named after him. But the love and commitment that Howard and his crew bring to maintaining this campus helps make Baylor what it is today. All of these people help define Baylor, and there are so many others. There is the Hill, which is the heart of the school, and where one sees vitality of this place. As one walks the hallways on the Hill, they see a dedicated faculty bringing a passion to their craft, challenging the students, and working with them to achieve success and grow and mature as young men and women. We see the students pushing themselves beyond their comfort zone and diligently working to meet the challenges put before them. Yes, there will be setbacks occasionally, but they will help one another, and along with the encouragement and support of their teachers, the students will persevere and eventually find pride in their accomplishments. When one looks inside the English classroom, we see the magic of words come about as great novels and poetry are analyzed, often inspiring students to write their own stories and poems. We peer into another classroom and witness the excitement of learning a new language. In another classroom, students are working together to solve a complex math problem. In weeks, we see students learning about life and the rationale of the world around us, and examining how new technology can be applied to improve our standard of living. And in a history classroom, we witness the study of different cultures of people and how those relationships within and between those cultures contributed to such significant historical events and affect the world we live in today. On our tour around campus, we definitely cannot ignore the creative talents that are fostered by our fine arts teachers. Yes, This is the essence of Baylor, the learning experience. There's that commitment to learning for all of us, students and faculty alike, to think and to do, to work together in fulfilling Baylor's mission statement of making a positive difference in the world. But what Baylor is goes beyond all of this. I can think back to a Friday night last fall. The football team was finishing off an impressive playoff victory when a school bus traveling down Baylor School Road comes to a stop outside the gates of the stadium. Out jumps the girls' soccer team with their recently won state championship trophy, and they parade their accomplishment down the track in front of the student body and others in the stands. Many on the football sideline turned and joined in the cheering and in the celebration of this moment of glory. Likewise, the soccer team helped cheer on the football team to their victory. This sharing of success with one another in the greater community, that is Baylor. And a couple of weeks later, close to 20,000 people filled Finley Stadium, including a large contingency wearing red, to support the football team's quest for another state championship. And even though Baylor may have come up just a little short of victory on the field, Baylor was on display. Students, teachers, former students, former teachers and coaches, parents and friends of Baylor were all brought together to create this electric atmosphere. It was more than a football game. It was a display of school spirit and community like none other. It was Baylor. Then I think about a big baseball game. Students are gathered behind the left field fence in the backs of pickup trucks and other vehicles, helping cheer on the baseball team to another victory. Or a raucous crowd of students who gathered at a makeshift arena in the field house to support and cheer on the girls' volleyball team to another victory over GPS. Then there's always Baylor and Macaulay Week, skits, the bonfire, the pep rally, everyone decked out in red. Add to this hundreds of alumni who've come back home to share their memories and be rekindled and renewed with a Baylor spirit. Yes, these are Baylor. Also think about one of my favorite events, the Christmas concert put on by Mr. Oates and the upper school and middle school choirs. Dressed in their formal attire, they proceed to the front of the chapel, highlighted by lit-up stained glass windows behind them. This musical production never fails to move you. If you have never attended this concert, you must do so, for this is Baylor. And how can we not remember last spring's production of Beauty and the Beast, a production that brought together talented efforts of actors and musicians and choreographers and played to sold-out audiences all week long. Yes, this is Baylor, as is the annual robotics competition in the field house, highlighting the technological genius and competitive drive of a number of our students. Then there are the simple occasions when a group of boarding students gather together in somebody's room late at night, maybe even just a little bit after hours, just to talk. They might be discussing a day's events or tests that might be coming up, or just sharing stories, but they're getting to know one another, building friendship, becoming dorm mates, and sharing the special experience of being part of a boarding community. This is Baylor. In a couple of weeks, seniors up front here will participate in a ceremony where they will officially don their red blazers. The red blazer is much more than an article of clothing that they have to wear on Mondays. The Baylor blazer is Baylor in itself. To understand this better, all you have to do is walk through the lobby of Duke Arena, look at the framed tribute to Coach Clark. In this frame, you will see Coach Clark's famed red blazer and a picture of him roaming the sideline in his blazer with a packed house of students behind him. Coach Clark is not trying to make a fashion statement. The blazer is not about him. It represents the team, and even more importantly, Baylor School as a whole. The red blazer is Baylor, and if you don't believe me, you can ask Coach Clark. Baylor is also defined by its ties and commitments to the greater community. You see this in the excitement the middle schoolers bring to their annual tradition of the turkey drive. Another event which defines Baylor is the annual community service Christmas party. This is another must-see event To witness the laughter and smiling faces of children is something to behold. This community outreach is Baylor. Then there are those less than joyous kinds that define Baylor, such as the untimely passing of a classmate or a faculty member. On these occasions, we draw close as a family. We grieve and mourn together as we celebrate the lives of those we have lost. But these moments are also help us realize how much we mean to one another and how much this place means to us. And as I ponder what Baylor is, I offer up the thought that you go through the gates at the end of the day, or even when you exit upon graduation, you do not leave Baylor. You take Baylor with you. Baylor exists in the mountains along the Georgia-Carolina border, where seniors will engage in the senior trip and cement bonds and make new bonds through rock climbing, rafting, and various other programs. Baylor definitely exists in Jamaica, where dedicated community service members show their care, compassion, and love for the less fortunate, particularly the children. The relationships and friendships which are formed on this trip often last a lifetime. This is Baylor. Then there's the 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C., where the students are enriched and grow closer as a class. There are numerous international trips, from the Liz Applin trip to Spain, to the walkabout trip to Panama, or service trip to India, just to name a few, where members of the Baylor community share their interests and values with other cultures. So as the saying goes, you might take the person out of Baylor, but you cannot take the Baylor out of the person. I know there are a lot more images and memories that define what Baylor is, and I'm sure you have many of your own. I hope this makes you realize that Baylor is a lot more than where I go to school, or where I work, or where I live. Yet, as wonderful as Baylor is, I think we can help make it an even better place by embracing the we, and we are Baylor. That can be difficult to do, as it seems in today's society, we are more interested in what you do for me, as opposed to what we can do for one another, or simply an us versus them mentality. Instead, I challenge you, as I challenge myself, to embrace the we. You can do this by asking someone to sit at your table in the dining hall, particularly a new student or someone you do not know. Mix it up. Dorm students with day students, teachers with coaches, and other staff members should all get together and engage in the lost art of conversation. The dining hall should be a place that unites us and not divides us. Even if you are not an athlete, I encourage you to attend various sporting events, support your classmates. And likewise, I encourage the athletes to take in a play or dance performance, acknowledge the hard work, talent, and dedication they put into their performances. The same goes for my fellow faculty members. I know you are busy, you have families, but I encourage you to take in a game or fine article thing. Then the next day, you can come up and tell Johnny, good game last night. Or Susan, enjoyed the game last night. Great victory. Or you might tell Robert or Mary, sure enjoyed your play last night. You all were terrific. Or we can ask certain students, hey, how was the model Congress trip? Or we can all attend the side symposium and recognize the hard work and time those students put into their research projects. I think if we take an interest in our students, they will appreciate us taking an interest in them and might even take a greater interest in our classes. Or maybe it can be something simpler as saying hello to someone in person. Whatever, I encourage us all to support one another and be there for each other, for we are a family. Now, in a few moments, we can begin to embrace the we, as we stand, link arms, and sing our alma mater. I ask you to take note of the words that we sing. We honor this place when we sing. On the city's northern border, reared against the sky, proudly stands our alma mater as the years go by. This is a special place. It is unique. And then later we will sing, cherished by her sons and daughters. That is our responsibility, our calling. We should cherish the privilege of going to Baylor, not take it for granted. We should develop a love for this place, its people, and all it stands to. In a few moments, we'll walk out of this convocation ceremony and begin to write a new chapter about it. But as we go about our daily regimen of going to classes and participating in various school activities, as you do this, I hope you'll just take a moment from time to time to slow down, stop, take in this place, admire its beauty, its majesty. There is no other place like it. It will leave its imprints upon you as it has done with countless others who have come before you. And likewise, you have the opportunity to leave your imprints upon this place. Find a passion and love for this school. Also find that personal passion that drives you and inspires you to give of yourself to your fellow classmates and to the school. For there is no mistake about it. You are Baylor. For better yet, we are Baylor. Thank you and have a great school year.
Thank you so much, Coach Cox, for that wonderful message to start the year. As he indicated, our concert choir, led by our choir director, Dick Oakes, will lead us in singing the alma mater. Those of you who are new, we've got cards. Flip it over. Sing along. Thank you.
My name is Drake Alley, class of 2025. I'm here to deliver the benediction for today's convocation. Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us all back together for another year at Baylor. You watched over us this summer and protected us the entire time. You truly do love us. Please help us through all the highs and lows which we will encounter through our time at Baylor. Lord, thank you for all the blessings. With this opportunity to be here today and also making us in your image, we will never be perfect, Lord, but with you, we can try. Thank you for your constant, unwavering love that never fails to reach us. Lastly, you always forgive us, which we will never deserve. Thank you, Lord. Amen.